Good morning everybody, I'm going to give you today a demo of XLIFF Phoenix. XLIFF Phoenix is a localization tool that was developed in the CNGL. The authors are Lucía Morado Vázquez, Sean Mooney, Chris Sexton and Dimitri Anastasio, and this demo belongs to the VAL localization workflow group. XLIFF Phoenix is a localization tool that was developed to allow the reuse of metadata kept in XLIFF files. It works by comparing previously localized XLIFF files with an unlocalized file, and it leverages the data metadata to it. We have designed an XML format that can contain several XLIFF files in an organized way and that can be read by our tool. We have called it the Localization Memory Container, or LMC. And now I'm going to give you the actual demo with the actual tool. So here we have our tool, and I'm going to run a wizard to go through the main functionalities that it has. So the first thing we have to do is to choose the file that we want to translate. In this case, we are going to choose the Symposium web page, that is a web page that we have developed for a symposium that took place in Limerick. The next thing that we want to do is to choose the LMC, the container, with previously localized files. And next, we have two options. Either we can compare our unlocalized file with the whole container, with the whole LMC, or we can refine our search and we can use two filters. This is our general filter, and it has options like filtering by name, by domain, by target or source language, by format, by start or end date, or if we go to the advanced filter, we have more advanced options that are related to the tool filter, to the face, or to the XLIFF version, or even to a more defined thing that is the translation unit. In this LMC, we have 6 previously localized XLIFF files, and what we are going to do is to filter by format, and we are going to choose files that were previously XML files. So we are going to click on apply, and instead of having the 6 XLIFF files, now we have only one file in our container. We are going to click on OK, and we are going to choose now the fuzzy matching. The fuzzy matching percentage is the percentage of accuracy that two compared strings can have. In this case, we are going to go for a low one, that is 65%. We are going to click on OK and save. And this is our enriched file. If we go, for example, to this translation unit, what has happened is that in this translation unit we had a source that has this sentence supported by, and in the Altrans, that is alternative translation, we have what we have found in our LMC. That is another translation unit that has a percentage of 100% match quality, and you can see here the source that was in English and the target in Spanish. If we go to the right, here we have all the metadata that we have introduced with our tool, and I'm going to show you these translation units in detail in the presentation. So here we have one example of a translation unit. Here we have the original one, and there you can only see the source language and its keynote test. And if you see here, this is the same translation unit after we put it through our tool. Here we have all the metadata that we have introduced. This is the metadata that you can normally introduce with a normal tool. And this is the metadata that we have introduced with our tool. And now we are going to do the last part of our demo. We are going to save our file. We are going to call it enrich demo with the XLIFF extension. I'm going to save it, and we are going to open our Swordfish, that is a translation tool. It is developed by Max Programs, and we are going to open our file here. And if you see here, this is the translation editor. Go to the second one, to the second translation unit. You can see here the translation suggestion that we have introduced with our tool. And if we click on here, match properties, we can have all the metadata that we have introduced. You can see here the date, the name of the original file, the source language, the state, the target language, etc. So this is the end of our demo. As you can see, we went from an unlocalized file to an enriched file that translators can work with, and they will not only have the translation suggestion, but more metadata that can help them to do a better job. And finally, I want to thank you all for your attention. And if you have any doubt, or if you want to contact me, you can do it on my email address, that is lucia.morado@ul.ie. Thank you very much.